Good morning. Happy Monday. I wanted to check in. It's my weekend check-in today. As you know, weekends are the hardest time to stay on track. That's always been true for me, for sure. I like having fun on the weekends. I like indulging. I like just chilling with Fonzie on the weekend, watching movies or TV or hanging out and snacking. And back when I was exercising a lot and stuff, that was fine, I guess, because during the week I was at a huge deficit. But right now, where I'm barely at my 200 to 500 deficit during the week, and I'm doing really well during the week. The last couple of weekends, I've gone overboard. I showed you last weekend I went overboard, or well, not this last one, but the previous one. I went over one day. One day was fine, was under, there was a deficit, and the other one was kind of breaking even. This weekend was pretty bad. I went over by a lot on Friday, and like I shared with you, it was delicious. It was worth it. And then my plan was to stay at a deficit the rest of the weekend, but I didn't. The next day, I think I went over, but just very little, so it was kind of like a breaking even. And then yesterday on Sunday, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even enter my food on MyFitnessPal. I will do it right now. So for this video, there probably will be content that I'll be showing you right now. But I didn't even log it originally. So, like, what does that say? You know? And I'm a little disappointed in myself, but I'm not gonna beat myself up because, we all make mistakes. We all struggle. We all have our little slowdowns and we have our challenges. And so I just need to figure out how to deal with this better. Yesterday we had a delicious, balanced, good, delicious, healthy breakfast with my brother and sister-in-law, and it was gluten-free pancakes with berries and like bacon and eggs and coffee. It was fantastic. It was great. And then we felt pretty full, so we're like, okay, well, we're not gonna eat until later. And we didn't eat till later, but I ended up having, we went to the grocery store and we did our meal prep, and after we were done meal prepping, I made us some, I got scallops and shrimp, and they were some little potatoes with like herb butter. And so I made that. And that should have been the entirety of the dinner. But then I was like, well, there's no vegetables. That have some vegetables. And now I'm realizing we didn't even have vegetables anyway, because I had also bought some shredded chicken breast that I wanted to have in tostadas with avocado, because we had some avocado and we had some tostadas, but we didn't eat them over the weekend. So I was like, well, this one is going to go bad. So let's have the shrimp and the scallops and the potatoes and a couple of tostadas with chicken and avocado. That's pretty light. But then there was also some meat sauce that we hadn't finished from Friday. And it's like, well, we have to eat this too. So I served us all of that food. Fonzie didn't eat his meat sauce. I ate all of those things plus his meat sauce. And then after we were done, I bought some grain-free buñuelos from Siete, which are kind of like a healthy grain-free alternative chips and sweets, and they're good. It's still a treat, and it's still sweet, and it still has carbs and stuff and sugar and things, but it's lighter than most. So I like them. And I just had 2 servings, but there was no reason for me to have all that. Like, there was no need. I didn't even exercise on Sunday. I didn't even burn any extra amount of calories. There was no reason. So I'm going to start again. I'm going to focus more next weekend on really staying on track and just staying at a deficit even throughout the weekend, this weekend, and then the next weekend is Thanksgiving. Well, at least that Thursday. So I'm going to be working hard on staying at a deficit every day, even on the weekends, even though I used to give myself a little more leeway on the weekends, but I've overdone it. I woke up in the middle of the night, you guys, with a stomach ache because I overate so much. Like, I gave myself indigestion, and that's terrible. But I did used to binge. Binging was a problem that I had in college and in general. Like, I've always been a binger. I have issues. I mean, I had eating disorder and I was overweight and all these things. So obviously I've dealt with things. But so I think that's where this is coming from. So I want to control it a little more. I don't feel restricted during the week. I feel I eat very well. I eat delicious foods. I give myself the things that I love and enjoy. So I don't feel restricted. So I don't know why I'm doing this on the weekend. I think I just get too much into the enjoying the moment and just have all the things. So I'm going to try harder this weekend. And yeah, and I'll keep you posted. Yeah, so That's it. Oh, also, at the walk with the dogs, they dragged me and kind of like injured my arm. So my workouts may or may not happen this week, and they may be different. So I'll keep you posted on that too. But yeah, have a great week, everybody. Here's the check-in for this week. I did gain 1.5 pounds compared to where I was last week, but I've actually lost some fat. Even though I overdid it this weekend, I still managed to lose 1.5 pounds of fat, which is amazing, but I still shouldn't be doing what I did this weekend, so yay.